Like, if I already know that this is a trigger for me,
right,
then I need to tell you, like, okay, when you see somebody with a big booty walk by,
yes.
like, I know you're going to look, but what I don't need you to do is this.
The head turn? Like,
don't do all of that. Do something regular.
Keep
like, look regular. Welcome to today's episode of Relationship Talk with the Geths. Today, we're talking about something that almost everybody struggles with from time to time: jealousy and insecurity. So before we get started, if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now so that you'll get an alert when we drop some new content. I mean, it's right there. Like, press it right quick.
Press it right there.
You got it. Okay, you got it. Okay, great. Let's go. You ready? Okay, so jealousy and insecurity can be challenging emotions to navigate in a relationship. But with effort and open communication, it's possible to work toward improving them. So please hear this disclaimer. In some relationships, you're experiencing some jealousy and insecurities because your partner is foul, okay? So they're cheating, rudely comparing you to the next person, belittling you, and or verbally abusing you. So that's a real thing, and if that's your situation, then these strategies do not apply to you. So if that's what you're dealing with, please contact us so that we can help you navigate through the necessary changes that need to take place immediately. Now, if you're not currently experiencing those negative characteristics in your relationship, then you can still, you can't seem to control your jealousy and insecurities. Like, here are 8 strategies that might help, okay? So first, identify the root causes. Like, why are you experiencing these things? So understanding the underlying reasons for your jealousy and insecurity is an important first step. It can stem from the past experiences, trust issues, low self-esteem, the fear of abandonment. So just reflect on your feelings and try to pinpoint the specific triggers and insecurities. So what do you think about that? Like, have you experienced this? Not only in our relationship, but in any of your relationships?
I don't want to act like I'm that guy, but I'm not usually an insecure person. Mm-hmm. However, jealousy and insecurity, I think it's important to kind of differentiate between the two. Because insecurity is something you feel about yourself that you project onto others, in my mind. Jealousy is you don't trust somebody, or you are worried that somebody's going to take something from you that you feel you already have.
But if you feel like they can take them,
right?
Don't you feel like there is somewhat of an insecurity there?
Probably that probably is.
Even if you don't want to own that.
That's a good.
And
point.
sometimes I don't
point.
think people want to own those insecurities because they'll feel like, less of a, if we're talking about males, less of an alpha man.
Ooh,
if you say,
talk about it.
I have insecurities.
Right.
But I feel like jealousy on some level is rooted in insecurity that may not be from anything that you're experiencing right now, but could be from, that's why I said, let's come up with why you're experiencing this. Like, what is the trigger? I was
thinking jealousy usually results in something in the past. Insecurity is something dealing that you kind of feel about yourself right now. But that you make
someone or some situation from the past could
right.
have made you feel like, okay, so let's say that you were in the 7th grade.
Ooh.
And the dude that came,
don't take me back.
the dude that came from a more well-off family, was able to take your girl because he came with gifts that you couldn't afford to give. So now, fast forward as an adult, you don't even realize how they're stuck in your mind.
Right.
But now, let's say you got a job, you got a career, but you see your wife or your girlfriend smiling at a dude that you know they make 5 times as much as you do. Even if that's not her type, you probably gonna feel some kind of way because you have experienced somebody taking your girl before, because they had more money.
You're right. And then there's another one I can specifically relate to is, in high school, everybody's not gonna get a car for their 16th birthday. But those that do usually have an advantage over those that don't. That's just the law of nature as far as high school goes. Everybody wants to be able to say, hey, I can give you a ride, versus, hey, I can ride home on the bus with you. Like, that just gives you an advantage in the dating world. So as you deal with that, if you were one of the ones that didn't have the car, when you get older, and so let's say your wife just gets a ride home from work with a guy with a Mercedes, and you out there sitting there with a Honda Accord, that's gonna trigger something.
Even if your Honda is bad.
Even if it's bad, you just
you feel like that's a better car.
That's a better car, and I know she gets out smiling and giggling. She has no idea that this has triggered you. You see what I'm saying? You will probably need to work on that, like, because that's gonna start off. She like, hey, what's wrong with you? Nothing. And she ain't done nothing.
Right.
But you just got instantly triggered.
That brings to mind, and I don't think this is some therapy that we're working through right now, because I don't think I paid attention to this until this moment. So when I was in the 3rd grade, I ain't gonna say no names. Y'all know who you are. When I was in the 3rd grade, I had a boyfriend, and I shared him with one of my classmates. We understood. We had like a sister wife thing going on. I don't know why that was okay, but for us, it was okay for us to share him. But when Valentine's Day came around, his mama only bought for one person. She was like, I'm not buying for 2 girls. And so he had
to make a choice.
He only bought for one person, and he did not give it to me. He gave it to the other one, who had a big, fat, juicy booty.
Oh, my God.
And I did not. And I still don't. And so I brought him something for Valentine's Day that he absolutely did not get. You ain't get it. And so, look, I'm in my feelings right now.
Still feels you.
And I'm still super cool with both of them.
Somebody needs a hug.
But I'm getting a flashback. And so now,
oh, man.
Man, I think I'm going to cry.
No, don't cry.
Not for real. Not for real.
We're not going to waste
it. But fast forward to now, I'm 40. Am I 40?
Yes, man.
40. Yeah, 40. And
surprise, boy.
I'm still, like, triggered a little because I ended up marrying someone who loved juicy booties, and I ain't got one.
Really?
So, like, no matter how much... no matter how much he tells me that he loves my body, like, I'ma still, every time one of them walk by, I'ma still be like, let me watch him watch it. And I'ma feel a little some kind, I'ma feel some kind. Catch you watching it, sneaky.
Okay, let's.
I'm still, like, I ain't gonna say super jealous, because I ain't gonna, like, go nuts. But I feel something. I get a little tweak every time one of them walk by. And them things be thinking. Y'all know how y'all make them go up and down like that. Y'all ain't got, first of all, y'all don't have to do all of that, which y'all be doing with them booties. But if it's deeper than that, like if I had really gotten my heart broken behind somebody's butt, like, it could really be a thing.
It stays with you, because, come on, you didn't go to a therapist in the 3rd grade and talk about it.
Right.
You just internalized it and carried it with you.
If you were in a relationship with someone who carried on a whole nother relationship in their phone, they in their phones all the time, every time you come by, they put it down, and then you find out, they have been in real life cheating relationships with this relationship with this person through phone. Then in your next relationship, if you see that person pick the phone up and put it down, even though they just checking the text from their mama, that's gonna trigger something in you, and you go nuts. Because you have insecurities that are attached to this phone. So when you are clicking on your partner for whatever reason, and you have these rages and fits of jealousy, think back on what the root is. Like, why is this actually a thing? Because you really might get some healing there if you can pinpoint why you're feeling this way and really start a healing journey from there.
Right, because when you ask the why, and you at least come somewhat close to an answer, then okay, don't take this to the next relationship until I see something that justifies this why. Because some people just take it in there and just assume
Because is it a real pattern or is it a perceived pattern?
Right.
Like, is this something that's really happening?
Right.
Or are you seeing it because you've seen it before? And that's kind of what it looks like. If your ex went with a play cousin and now your new one got a play cousin, that's
really
ain't nobody about to have no play cousins up in here. You ain't get no real cousins either.
Yes.
You ain't get no play cousins. You ain't get no real cousins. Is that your sister? Do y'all got the same mama and daddy? Because if you don't, then you ain't having no sisters either.
It's my cousin Pam.
You see what I'm saying? That sounds real shady. Let me find out you got a cousin Pam.
I don't have a cousin Pam. Pam
does
not exist.
Oh.
See what I'm saying?
Let's go to the next one, okay? Openly communicate with your partner. Talk to your partner about your feelings of jealousy and insecurity in a calm and non-accusatory manner. Calm and non-accusatory manner.
Yep.
Clearly express your concerns and fears and encourage an open dialogue where both of you can share your perspectives and feelings. So that is so important, but I gotta tell you, that takes a high level of maturity to be able to do that. To be able to come to somebody and say, I love you, but I'm feeling some type of way. Like, to be in that vulnerable space where, you feel like, he said he got this inner person that's called, I'm not no punk.
I'm not no punk.
Like, you feel like you punking out when you like, okay, I'm feeling jealous.
Right.
And you explain to them why. And to be able to feel jealous and come calmly.
Right.
Because what you really want to do is put your hand in the air and be like, because whatever made you feel jealous.
Don't do the neck pop.
He had to, because he had to be kikiing in somebody's face to make you feel like that. And like, what happened? What did this person do? I'm gonna say he because it's him right here. Yeah. What did he do that made me feel jealous? It's gonna make me want to come to him with a little bit of rage and a hint of disrespect. Like, I don't want to come to you calmly and, rationally. That's not my first instinct.
Right.
So the level of maturity that is needed to have this conversation. Yeah. Can you come to me calmly? Or can you come talk to me about the feelings of jealousy that you have?
As a man, that's really tough. Like, men definitely, it's a sign of weakness to even say, I ain't even checking for that dude. What I'm saying
is it a sign of jealousy? I mean, a sign of weakness, or you just feel weak?
You feel weak.
Okay.
You feel weak coming to you like, listen, talking to the dude with the bald head, the dark skin, and the big muscles kind of, made me feel like that just don't even sound right. That don't even sound right. It sounds better just like, listen, if you talk to that dude again, I'm going to break his arm. If he ever put his arm, like, I ain't like all that touching. I mean, hey, I'm on the way.
That's how you want to do it?
That's how I want to do it.
That's definitely how you want to do it.
Like, hands down. There's no...
Well, what you mean when you say those
things?
What
you mean is like, hey, listen, I need to know that the way it looked to me, the way you looked at him, like how you look at me now, you looked at him the same way. And I need to know that even though you look at him, maybe you find him attractive, but you don't want to be, you still want to be with me. I need to know that. Like,
Ain't no way I was looking at that tall, thick, chocolate, bald-headed somebody like that.
Somebody's arm.
I ain't gonna looking at him like that.
I'm ready to go break her arm right now, just the way you said that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't handle it that way. You know what I'm saying? We come to you vulnerable and open, you like, ain't no way, ain't nobody studying that. Like, you clearly are studying this dude.
You probably was studying. By you, me, I probably was studying.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Idris Elba looking.
So there are things that your partner can do that make you feel insecure and jealous?
Yes, I think so.
And there are things that you can talk about. It makes me feel this way when you do that.
Right.
And then you really have to hear them.
You got it. That's the key. Hey, hear me out. A little plug. We'll talk about it later. But yeah, you got to hear your person out. You got to be able to be like, don't give that. Don't be like, you tripping. Girl, you crazy. Don't call fellas. Don't call them crazy. Because that's going to make them crazy. Anyway. You can't call them crazy. You got to be able to hear them out and be like, all right, listen, it's not like this. It's like this.
Okay. I got you.
You got me?
Okay. So next, build trust. Trust is crucial in overcoming jealousy and insecurity. Work on building trust with your partner through open and honest communication, consistent actions,
That part.
and follow through on commitments.
That part.
Be reliable and transparent and give your partner reasons to trust you. Similarly, trust your partner and give them the benefit of the doubt unless there's evidence to suggest otherwise. So you can't really just say, I just feel like you're doing this right here. You don't have any evidence, and then you start to blame them for things that they haven't done, or blaming them for things that your last partner did. He did this to me. I ain't gonna let you do that. Like, that's not cool. But you also, there has to be some consistency there. And so for us, trust, time was a big thing. Time is big for me. Time was not big for him.
No.
He had to learn that for me to trust you,
Right.
I have to be
time.
able to depend
Right.
and believe that what you tell me is the truth. So if you tell me, hey, I should be home between 6:30 and 7, and then you don't come home between 6:30 and 7, then I'm losing trust for you.
Yeah.
And that is in every area.
Right.
So it's like, say what you mean and mean what you say. And so for him saying, hey, I'll call you back in 5 minutes. Like, I'm a literal person. 5 minutes mean if it's 2:55, you're going to call me by 3.
Everybody know in our world, when I talk about our world, call back in 5 minutes. What that mean? It could be 5 minutes. It could be 20 minutes. It could be an hour. I'm just going to call you back. 5 minutes is like the quickest increment you can think of so they won't get anxious. Because you tell somebody, hey, I'm going to call you back in 3 hours. They'll be like, what? Okay, and then you negotiate time. You say 5 minutes because that's the quickest way to get somebody to agree and get over and then move on. Now, is it right? No. Because you give me that look like when you say 5 minutes.
I'm waiting on you. I'm giving you the opportunity to speak.
Yes, I get it. But sometimes don't take the 5 minutes and set your stopwatch. Like, you 5 minutes and it's... And I believe you really sit there and stare at the clock.
Don't tell me 5 minutes.
See what I'm saying?
All I'm saying is, for me to be able to trust you,
Yes.
you have to do what you tell me you're going to do. So
Right.
don't tell me 5 minutes to get me off the phone. If it's going to be 3 hours, tell me 3 hours. Because there may be something that I had planned to do in 5 minutes that I canceled because you told me you were going to call me back. And we needed to continue the conversation. It is rude and
Ouch.
it breaks trust
Ouch.
when you are not a man or woman of your word.
It does.
And your word is not just for big things. Your word is for small things as well.
For everything.
Yeah. I'm going to come take you to get some ice cream. Even your word to your children.
Ooh.
I'm going to take you and we're going to do this.
Don't break your word with them.
Don't break your word. Like, because that breaks or breaches your trust. And that means that I don't take your word as bond anymore. I don't believe what it is you say to me. So when it is something big, I really did not kiss her, I don't believe you. You see what I'm saying? Because
the little things.
because the other things, you just been telling me what I want to hear. So that it makes it easier for you. You tell me 5 minutes when you mean 3 hours because it makes you more comfortable.
That makes
You
sense.
tell me, no, you didn't kiss her because if you did, now I got to dot your I. It's like, so though, you know what I'm saying? Just you try to make it easy for you.
I hear you.
So yeah, keep the
That
trust.
Now, trust also, our pastor talks a great deal about the love bank, making deposits.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. When building trust, like as they build that trust, don't automatically set it back to zero because you're upset or because something doesn't go right that one time. Like they've been building trust, you know, the love deposit is at like, say 75 out of 100. And then they say, hey, call you back in 5 minutes, and they call you back in 20. Don't be like, oh, back at zero. No.
That's me.
See, you know what I'm saying?
That's me. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm like the credit
No,
bureau.
just be like, okay, listen. All right, listen. You said 5 minutes. I'm gonna drop you down to 60. You know, you at 75, 15. That's still steep. But don't be like, you know what? We starting all over again. You got to keep the level appropriate.
I think that's good. And that's something that I'm working on.
Yes.
As of right now, consider me a credit bureau. You can have a 750 credit score. You pay one bill late and you got a $4.95.
See what I'm saying?
They drop you down and you can't even go get you a Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Well, she worse than Experian.
I'm not playing these games with you. You like, how did I get a $4.95? Because you paid this bill late.
this $5.
I had a $7.50. How long is it gonna take for me to get it back? 5 years.
See what I mean? See what I'm saying? So when giving the benefit of the doubt, make sure
I agree.
Give people credit for what they do.
Give people credit.
Yes, give them their
for the
credit.
incremental change.
Incremental change. Ooh.
I got you. Okay, let me move on. So, wonderful. Build some trust. So, next, focus on self-improvement and self-esteem.
Ooh.
Building your self-esteem and self-worth can help reduce feelings of insecurity. Engage in activities that make you feel confident and accomplished. Practice self-care, develop your hobbies and interests, and surround yourself with supportive people that can uplift you. Address, I'm just telling you right now, like really, really, really have yourself some fun. Like, figure out what it is within you that is making you insecure. Like, is your partner making you feel this way? Is it something that you're experiencing with them? Or is it just a way that you're viewing yourself?
Good point. It's not.
So we watch Celebrity Marriage Boot Camp. And I don't know if y'all follow A1 and Lyrical.
Boy.
But that's something that they talk about
hilarious.
a lot on there. So let me give you a little background information. So A1 and Lyrica, A1 I think is like a producer,
Yes.
and Lyrica's a singer.
Yes.
And they have a child together. They've been married for several years.
Right.
And he has cheated like
Several times.
however number umpteen is. Umpteen times. He's cheated. She's taken him back.
Not umpteen.
But she didn't take him back with full forgiveness. She took him back
Right.
with so many
Conditions.
insecurities,
And conditions.
so many trust issues, and she can't let him out of her sight at all. Not because he's actually doing anything,
Right.
but now, excuse me, because of the experiences that they've had and the hurt and the pain and the trauma,
Yep.
then she is not confident anymore. Even though she's gorgeous.
Yes.
She has a great body like
Yes.
a lot of other people.
Right.
And she's very talented.
Yep.
But she's not able to focus on any of those things that are great about her.
Yep.
Because she's torn herself apart saying, why wasn't I good enough?
Yep.
Like, what did he see in that other person that
Yep.
he didn't see in me?
Yep.
And that's just not the case all the time. It's not that people are out here cheating with people that are so much better than you, or that you're lacking anything. Sometimes people cheat.
It's not that.
Sometimes people cheat just because they're being greedy. They want more, not better. They want more.
Or trapped in the moment. They get trapped in the moment.
And so you can't really say, oh, because this person did this, then I'm not enough. Right. And she got caught in that. And that's just a place where you got to do some self-work. You have to connect with the things that are wonderful about you, all the gifts that God placed within you that are supposed to come out for the world, because that's when you'll be, at your highest esteem, when you are doing the kingdom work that God put you here to do, and you're able to meet needs of other people based on the greatness that he placed in you.
Yeah.
And it's there.
Yeah.
No matter what another person made you feel like, that greatness is still there.
Right.
And so what are your thoughts on that?
Two thoughts. First off, you ask yourself, why does she keep taking him back? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Even if she's not fully healed. And I think some people take them back so that they could return the hurt rather than be alone and deal with the hurt themselves.
Like, I'm going to make you feel this.
I'm going to make you feel like I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to be with me anyway, so I'm going to take you back. But now I just want you to feel hurt. And then that doesn't really feel you. So then you keep making them feel more hurt. And then little things that not even really is hurting you, like, we saw on the show, somebody just said, hey, come here, let me holler at you for a minute, A1. And it was another woman, and that made her, that triggered her. So you don't ever really feel satisfied. So you have to be able to make that decision Like, do I need to just be by myself, or if I gonna let them back and fully heal? So,
I feel you. So, address insecurities within yourself. So you have to explore those underlying insecurities that contribute to your jealousy. Work on challenging and reframing the negative thoughts about yourself. So really do the work here. Even if you don't link up with a coach or with a therapist, like if you Google some resources or get on YouTube, there are lots of different affirmations that you can tap into and just speak positivity every morning into your life and really focus and reframe your thoughts. When you have a bad thought about yourself, say something good about yourself instead. And replace those thoughts. So you also have to set healthy boundaries. Establish clear and healthy boundaries with your partner. Clearly communicate your needs and expectations and ensure that both of y'all understand and respect each other's boundaries. Like, you have to have these boundaries. This can help create a sense of security and reduce some of those feelings of jealousy. So, like, if I already know that this is a trigger for me, then I need to tell you, like, okay, when you see somebody with a big booty walk by, like, I know you're going to look, but what I don't need you to do is this.
The head turn? Like,
don't do all of that. Do something regular. Like, look regular.
Yeah.
If I see somebody, tall, thick, bald head, chocolate, and,
Don't bite your lip. Don't do that.
Do I do that? There ain't no way I be doing that. I bite my lip. You making up stuff. Ed is making up stuff.
I'm telling you, we watch it on TV. Anytime Sheriff Troy, that's his name.
He ain't bald headed.
I don't know who his name. He ain't bald headed, but he got the pretty teeth that you like. She's a teeth.
I do like teeth.
Bald headed man, muscle guy, and he's just got the teeth. And he comes.
And if you chocolate bald headed with pretty teeth, don't be inboxing me. I love my husband. Don't be letting the devil use you.
Yeah, and I see him. So.
Create boundaries. Talk about what makes you uncomfortable so that, and then you really need to honor that. If your spouse says, hey, it makes me so uncomfortable when we're at a party and you dance with somebody else, if you grind up on them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind y'all getting your two-step on because I don't be wanting to dance, but when y'all do all of that hunching, it makes me uncomfortable. That's a boundary that I don't want you to cross.
Right.
That's reasonable, right?
I can see that. You know what I'm saying?
What would be another example of a boundary?
Phones, Hey,
what about your phones?
Like, hey.
I want access to it.
You want access to my phone? I don't want you to have access to my phone. Y'all probably need to talk about that. Or
just complete transparency. We have access to each other's phone.
Yep,
we don't make a.
Yep, she can open my phone. Look, it's unlocked. You want to open it?
I mean, we ain't got to prove it, but I'm just saying we do have each other's passwords. So extra. We have each other's passwords, and that's something that we establish early in the relationship because of our past.
Yes.
Just to hold each other accountable.
But we had to be real.
We need to have access to each other's phones.
Right.
So if that works for you, then that works for you. That works for us. Right. So come up with your own boundaries. Yeah. Okay? So practice self-soothing techniques, okay? So when you feel jealous or insecure, remember I told you can't go over there. You have being all ratchet. You got to be calm. So in order to be calm, you have to get to a calm place.
Right.
Because jealousy and insecurities bring about rage. So how do I go from rage to a place where I'm able to have a calm and respectful conversation? You have to learn to self-soothe.
Yes.
So you have to learn to manage and soothe your emotions. You can engage in deep breathing, mindfulness exercises, other common techniques to help you regain control and reduce your anxiety, because it really does make you anxious and you can really go ham if you feel like somebody's disrespecting you and, your jealousy is just out of control.
Yeah.
So you can seek professional help if needed. So if jealousy and insecurity persist even after your efforts and you're breathing and you're trying to self-soothe and you're trying to have these conversations, you're trying to trust and it's not working, like, consider seeking guidance from a therapist or a counselor, because they can really provide valuable insight, tools, and techniques to help you work through these emotions in a really healthy way. So remember, overcoming jealousy and insecurity, it takes time and effort from both partners.
Yes.
Like, it's an important approach.
Yes.
You have to go in this process with patience, empathy, willingness to grow individually and as a couple.
Yep.
So, you got anything to add?
I just want to say thank God for you. I think you handle these things in a good way. Glad we're mature enough now where we can have these conversations in a mature way, because, boy, I dated some of the wrong way type of women. I've had a lot of drinks thrown on me and stuff thrown at me, so I appreciate you not doing that.
So let's be transparent here. Ed says that he had drinks thrown on him, and some women in the past were real, jealous. But some of that he has to own. He caused some of that. They weren't jealous and insecure, just because of their past trauma. They were jealous and insecure because of what he was doing. He was one of the ones we talked about earlier. He was out here living foul. He was cheating and doing all the stuff that he could do. He was a hot shot athlete, and he thought he could do all those things. So, and crazy attract crazy sometimes. The people don't know you got this little crazy bone, but you do.
A little bit.
So
I'm working on it. God ain't through me yet. All right.
For more information about our coaching services, courses, marriage tools, events, and getaways, head on over to
onevisionerc.com. That website again is onevisionerc.com. Go check it out.